Ever wonder what it's like to work with Jeff and Jeremy?
Why are you so cranky?
It's early. Let's be real with people.
Let's
okay?
be real.
Work with them at home on demand by subscribing to Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning, wherever you get your podcasts. All the benefits of working with them with none of the smell. Oh, somebody light a match. Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
Why is everything so damn expensive? 4 years ago, my rent was $1,200 a month at a luxury apartment complex. It is now $2,100, not even including utilities. I went to the grocery store yesterday, right, and got 3 bags of chips, some ground turkey, and some vegetables. And it was $67! What? My car insurance from 4 years ago until now, with no tickets, no wrecks, no nothing on my driver's record, has gone from $130 to $240 per month. 3 years ago, my electric bill was averaging $45. Now it's averaging $125. You go and get a tank of gas once a week, and you're dropping $70. I mean, a guy can't even buy a can of dip for less than $8. $8 for a can of dip? What the
Hashtag JVA. Good morning and welcome into Jeff and Jeremy. Hopefully not much longer.
I'm watching this video, and it's. Have you ever seen like people like with knives? They cut things ultra thin with the knives to show how like the knife
Yeah.
performs.
Usually a tomato or something.
Yeah, it's a tomato, and in this one, it's a slice of bread, a tomato, a cucumber, and a piece of ham, and they're cutting it all very thin, and then they put it together on a very, very thin sandwich, and it says making kids' school lunches with today's grocery prices. And
Yeah.
it's so funny because I find myself doing that. Like my daughter, I used to make her a full sandwich, but she never finished the damn sandwich. So I'm like, you know what? Why am I making her a full sandwich? That takes 2 slices of bread. I can make her a half sandwich. She'll be satisfied with it, and that's 1 slice of bread just cut down the middle. It's the truth. It's the damn truth.
We're paying more for groceries in the Golden State than they are anywhere in the world. Most families spend over $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month on groceries.
Woo!
California ranked
Fifth
number
largest
1.
GDP, am I right, Gavin?
The average
Fifth largest GDP.
The average trip to the grocery store per week is $297 and some change. Right below that, Nevada, Mississippi, Washington State at $987, which has become California's clone or twin, in my opinion. It seems like whatever Gavin does, Jay Inslee does, and whatever.
Vice versa.
And then Florida's on this list too, though, $287 per week. But California number 1 at $297. I saw a story on KSPY earlier this week about it, and it's funny because it's just such terrible. I mean, these are young kids,
And
but
think about this.
they need a mentor. You know, we got Slow Biggs coming in a little bit later this hour. I'll tell you who needs a mentor is the reporters at KSPY. You can't just go talk to Cal Poly students, all right, because they're your age. You have to find a mix of people. You have to find people, yes, that actually live in this community. You know, you can't grab Cal Poly students.
You have friends, right? Go ahead and interview them. Let's make a news story out of it.
It's really tough in my dorm. Like, okay, how does that equate to anything that anybody else is? They're not even up watching this news.
You know what's funny about California and the really high grocery prices is I feel as if though we should, I don't know because I'm living amongst it now, so I don't know what the prices are elsewhere. But I feel as if though from a produce standpoint, because of this is America's breadbasket, right? I mean, like the Central Valley's just on the other side of the hills that I'm looking at right now. And so they don't have to travel that far. Most food does not have to travel that far to get to the grocery stores that we're at. yet we're spending the most on groceries out of any state in the nation. That is mind-boggling to me. Like in Texas, you know why they spend less on gas in Texas? Because they produce oil in Texas. Yet in California, we're also an oil-producing state. We pay more for gas. We pay more for groceries, and we're a grocery-producing state.
Right.
Like, what the hell? Why do you keep voting for the people that are like, oh, well, we got to add a tax to that. We got to add a tax to that. We got to add a tax to that.
Gotta do it.
You're spending $1,000 a month on groceries.
Broken down, the 10 most expensive cities to buy groceries: Riverside, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Those are the top three. Obviously, you know, we're a small community here, so I'm sure we're up there. And who knows, we may be up there a little bit higher, but we're not a major city, so we don't get counted there.
We're not getting the recognition. I think we're fine. I mean, I think we do well. We do okay because there's so much.
I think we pay the most expensive gas in
Local
California,
production.
though, don't we? I mean, San Luis Obispo County is higher than Santa Barbara County. I don't know what it is up in the Bay Area, but I believe we pay more there, too, than they do as well.
We're always amongst one of the highest places in the nation to buy gas. Luckily, I live in Paso Robles, so whatever. There's a nice little fuel war going on right now, and I'm reaping the benefits of it. $4.25 the other day.
Where'd you go?
I'm not telling. Because if I tell, they'll raise their prices, and then
they won't,
be
because
the benefactor of,
they might run out of
these
gas,
things.
but they're not
Go
gonna...
to free. Hey, go to Gas Buddy.
You can't just tell people where you go.
You might have a friend. You might have a friend in Gas Buddy, but you don't have.
I know
a friend
Eagle
in
Energy has pretty good deals on gas off the 46 East. That's usually where it's the cheapest. Is that where you went? Yes or no?
I'm not telling you.
Join the Central Coast Social Network. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. KZOZ.
All right, so this is really funny. We were talking about emails the other day, and I was kind of going off. Like, people have ridiculous emails. And it's like an email should be something that's quick and easy for people to remember. Like when you get a phone number and you get a really good number and you're like 543-0023. Like that's an easy number. You know, when it's 543-98175. I mean, that's not as easy as 0023.
My friend Nick, the last four digits of his phone number, I don't know what the first three are, but I do know the last four. They spell out Nick. N-I-C-K.
That's cool.
So it was like, I have his number in my phone. Well, I'm not going to tell you what the first three are because the people will be calling him all the time.
You could be 543 Jeff. I mean, if it was available.
Right.
That's great.
But it just so happened that he lucked into it. He didn't ask for it.
Oh, wow. That's
he
crazy.
He had the number for a while, and then he's looking at it, and he's like, wait a minute, this spells my name. So it's 6442.
Oh, okay. 6442 is even easier to remember.
6425. 6425 is what it is.
So anyways, this gal works at this company, and I guess we're not saying the name of the company, but her email address is, her first initial of her name, which is Samantha, and her last name is Hart, and then and then the name of the business, which in this case I'll just say thecompany.com. So her it's shart at thecompany.com.
Yes.
But when you look at it, it says Shart. And so they asked her to change it. Here, take a listen.
That I will be transitioning from my current position to a new one within the next 2 weeks. Amidst all of this excitement that I feel about this transition and this move and this new opportunity, I am filled with dread over one aspect of moving to a different job that I always face when I do this, which is having to have the tough conversation about how my name fits into a company email structure.
Because what is it about companies that, they have to have your first initial of your first name and then your last name? Standard. First initial, last name. But my name spells Shart.
Our production manager? He's got the best one. He's got the best one of the entire company. Yeah, because his name's Craig Hill. So it's chill at AmericanGeneralMedia.com.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, send your pics. Send your inappropriate emails to chill@AmericanGeneralMedia.com.
Chill is perfect. Just chill, man.
Just chill. So there you go.
I wonder, I've never heard him give his email to anybody, like audibly over the phone, which I'm sure he has to do a lot. I wonder if he says chill or if he says C Hill.
Yeah, I would say chill.
Because I would say chill because they're not going to mess that up.
Yeah, it's
C
easy.
Hill, it creates some.
But if you had to say,
uncertainty.
what is your email? Oh, it's Shart. And they're like, what did you say? Did you say Shart?
Yeah, you have to
That's
say
a crappy
S-Hart.
email.
You have to say S Hart if that's your email address.
Oh my gosh, I just couldn't pass that up. That's too funny. Sorry, Samantha. I don't even know what your name is. Sorry, Shart.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Turn it on in the morning.
Every morning.
Come on, girl.
And leave it all day long. Because they're funny, they're entertaining.
Shake that booty. From 93.3 KZOZ.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning, the podcast, Jeff and Jeremy in the morning, wherever you listen to yours. You can also get it at KZOZ.com.
How pathetic can some people be?
CEO of United Airlines last month, the CEO, he announced of all the hiring for all the new pilots that are coming up this year, all the hiring for the new pilots, the main focus is going to be diversity. What? Diversity? Not the best pilots you can find? The ones with the most hours of experience? Ones you've done it before? Maybe? No diversity. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of flying all the time with these white pilots landing safely and on time. Boring.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Why does it matter the race of a pilot? What should matter is how well the pilot flies the plane. Here's a great example of a white guy that couldn't fly at all.
Yeah, exactly.
And if he
What was
wasn't a
his name?
superhero, he would have died.
The greatest American hero, I would not want him being the pilot of my plane.
No. Denzel Washington in that movie where he was drinking all the time.
Yes.
I don't want him to be
Yes,
my pilot either. But
No,
you know
I
what?
do.
He did land the plane
Yeah,
safe.
He was very good. He
And
was very
that,
good.
and I learned something from that movie. If you do a bunch of coke, how you come down from that coke is you drink a bunch of alcohol, vodka to be specific. So,
Self-medicating.
yeah, what's it matter? What should matter is how well the guy flies the plane because my life is in his hands. Airlines, everything's all screwed up. There was a guy on a flight, and I'm trying to think where was he at? He was on a flight, and he had to go to the bathroom. It was operated by an Indian airline called Spice Jet. That's one word, spice and jet together. He went to the lavatory. He got himself locked in there. He couldn't get out. He couldn't get any attention. He finally found the flight crew button. They came. They talked to him. They said that they couldn't unlock the door, and he would have to remain in the lavatory for the remainder of the flight until they got on the ground, and then they could have maintenance people bring heavy tools to take the door off.
Oh, man. So I've always been leery of some lavatory doors on airlines, and this is why I hold it until I get to my destination.
I just can't believe they don't have a tool that can open that. It's a slider. It's a slider.
Well, sometimes it's a slider, sometimes it opens out, and sometimes it's bifold. And that bifold scares the hell out of me because my daughter's got bifold closet doors, and those things jam all the time.
When you get locked in her closet. So, anyway, SpiceJet regrets the incident. They refunded the passenger his airfare. But, I mean, come on, people. We need to make sure we have some sort of tools on the plane. So if somebody gets locked in a bathroom.
I don't know what the Indian standard is, but do you, and I think the same would apply here in the States domestically. Like they would be like, oh, sorry, we're going to go ahead and refund you the flight. But I want a little bit more.
Yeah, I do.
Sit in the crapper. There's no seatbelts in the crapper. What if it was a rough landing?
Well, that's the thing. They had to treat him for some sort of injuries. He had to be seen by medical staff. Was it mental? I mean, like, oh my God, are you stressed out? I mean, to be honest with you, it couldn't be that bad to be in there, you know? You don't have
Nobody's
anybody
gonna bother you.
You don't have anybody
No crying babies.
eating gross food next to you. You don't have anybody sitting on you. There's no screaming in there. You have privacy. You can do whatever you want. For God's sakes, people have
in-flight
sex
movie,
in that
though.
room.
No in-flight movie.
Yeah, congratulations to SpiceJet and the airline for not having proper tools to help somebody get out of a bathroom, whether it's a twist or a slider. You're Jeff and Jeremy.
Dumbass of the day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ. Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.